Many people strive to retire at a young age. Sadly, that's easier said than done. You must not only earn enough money to save for an early retirement, but you must also ensure that you know exactly what you'll need, taking into account various costs such as healthcare, housing, and potentially long-term care as you grow older. In addition, you must be disciplined enough to stick to a budget during your working years in order to save enough money for retirement. There are some regulations to follow and contingencies to plan for if you want to retire early. Hey guys, welcome to another exciting financial video by Finance Aligned. In today's video, we go through ways of how to retire early. But before we continue, kindly like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to stay notified of more exciting videos just like this one. With that done, let's get right into the video. Many people like to have more free time in their retirement years. Maybe you want to travel the world. Maybe you want to finally launch your own business. You might also be inspired to conduct volunteer activities. Whatever the reason, the question is the same. What would it take for me to retire at 55, or even 50 or 45? The answer will depend on your financial condition. But first, what is early retirement? For decades, early retirement meant retiring at 60 rather than 65. While this is technically correct, the definition of early retirement has evolved. Today, early retirement is no longer the moment you stop working permanently. Now, it's simply the moment you no longer need to work for money. In other words, early retirement is just a different way of saying you're financially independent. Some people retire in their 30s and 40s. However, most of these people continue to work in some way, usually on a passion project or something they simply enjoy doing. The difference is that these people work because they want to, not because they have to. Keep in mind that working can provide us with a sense of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. However, some studies indicate that people who retire early and do not work at all may die sooner than those who continue to work. So, for many, the goal isn't to stop working totally. Instead, it is to be free. Free to choose to do the work you want to do when you want to do it. Sounds good, right? It gets better. There's a lot to consider if you're thinking about how to retire early. Here are 7 steps on how to retire early to help you plan your strategy. Number 1. Figure out what you need. The first and most important step to retiring early is to determine what you will need in retirement. Many experts agree that in order to maintain your present standard of living in retirement, you'll need roughly 80% of your current salary. If you're currently earning $100,000 per year, you'll need approximately $80,000 in retirement income each year. After figuring out your yearly costs, you can estimate how much money you'll need overall. Be optimistic about how long you'll live. You don't want to plan your retirement on the assumption that you'll pass away at 80, only to live into your octogenarian years feeling fit enough to hike a mountain, but short on cash to buy boots. Suppose you wish to retire at 45 and have a life expectancy of 90. The required annual retirement income is $80,000, or 45 years. Your retirement fund will need to have $3.6 million, based on some simple calculations. Number 2. Create a budget and stick to it. Although $3.6 million is a large sum of money, you should be able to save it if you're ready to make some sacrifices. Creating and then sticking to a budget is the best way to ensure that you're saving enough for an early retirement. Since early retirement is the target, a significant portion of your budget will go towards saving much more than if you were willing to work into your 60s, as most people do. That could mean skipping trips, downsizing to a less expensive home, or reducing your entertainment budget. Number 3. Figure out your strategy. The next step is to plan how you're going to save as much money as you can. There are a number of choices, but some of them make more sense than others. It's usually in your best interest to use your workplace retirement plan, such as a 401k, especially if your business offers an employer match program. Some companies may match a portion or all of the money you put into your 401k, basically giving you free money. Make sure you enroll in your 401k plan as soon as possible and contribute the maximum amount possible. Most plans also allow you to use an automatic increase, which raises your contribution percentage each year. However, not all employees have access to a 401k. If this is the case, you can use either a standard or a Roth IRA. A regular IRA is funded before taxes, but a Roth IRA is funded after taxes. When you accept distributions from a regular IRA, you must pay taxes, whereas distributions from a Roth IRA are not taxed. If you believe your tax bracket has changed, use a traditional IRA. If not, consider a Roth. Number 4, don't forget to include healthcare expenses. You may feel as fit as a horse right now, but it will most likely not last throughout your retirement. You must factor in how much money you'll need to pay for healthcare now and in the future. When you reach the age of 65, you'll be eligible for Medicare. That is all some people need to know. However, if you want to retire early, you may have decades to account for before you are eligible. Knowing how you'll acquire insurance and how much it will cost is essential for developing an early retirement strategy. Also, keep in mind the possibility of needing long-term care later in life. One way to prepare is to buy long-term care insurance now. Number 5, consider investing in real estate. Investing in real estate is another option for early retirement that does not require a bridge account. Real estate investing is not for everyone, but if done correctly, rental properties can offer you a consistent stream of income. But before you try to become a real estate investor, there are several ground rules you must observe. First, only invest in real estate after you've paid off your main home. At that point, you're entirely debt-free with an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved. Secondly, always pay in full for property investments, with exceptions. Remember that debt always implies risk, and putting down 100% significantly minimizes your risk. Not only that, but paying in full will help you make money faster because you'll keep all of your gains instead of transferring a portion of your earnings to a loan, plus interest. Number 6, consult a financial advisor on a regular basis. Yes, you must keep an eye on your finances. You must ask about concepts and words that do not make sense. Maintain your financial portfolio, but don't make any decisions unless you've discussed them with a professional who understands their business and has the time to explain it. There's a lot to consider, and remember, that's why it's important to consult with a financial expert while trying to find out how to retire early. Number 7, remember Social Security. Lastly, the good news is that you won't have to generate all of your retirement income from scratch. Once you reach a certain age, some of it will arrive in the form of Social Security. If you retire early, you won't receive as much Social Security income, but when it comes to retirement planning, every penny counts. It's feasible to retire early, but it requires careful planning and commitment. You must first determine how much money you'll require and then save it. To get there, you'll need to stick to a budget and make sure you don't overlook any potential costs. That's it for today. What do you think about this video? Kindly let me know what you think about this video in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Also, hit the bell to receive more updates. See you next time. Thanks for watching.